Hi, my name is Molly, and I want to welcome you all to the Concord Illuminati here on episode 4 just went live, and I called it Around the Table. So we might go back to Around the Table. I think that, I'm going to talk with the transverse. Maybe we can get it to Around the Table on
You're
the
trying
table
to get rid of the
here
O.
on the transverse.
Instead of
What am I?
It's just ATT, which we can't. That's like we can't There's ATT is taken. So.
It is an established IP. That's true. That's fair enough. And we've already had one crossover character from another IP, so no more.
We're at capacity.
So, darkness has fallen over the city of Yty. A banshee wails against a door in the smithy district. A barman cleans up as his ears stay ringing from a few hours of contiguous chatting about cheese and superfluous ale drinking. A portly elven person leans out a balcony where a family is dining. On the terrace below, a small string band plays low music as a few pairings and thruplings of elves and fae dance slowly into the night. Karis watches the feet of the dancers as they move back and forth. Memories of her training come back. All of her time and the discipline built in her youth at House Durathil.
Here, I'm looking in character.
Thank you so much. Karis feels the rough stone of the cobbled streets beneath her feet as her thin sloshing galoshes.
Not sloshing today, please.
Sensory bad. And she nearly walks, and so she feels the rough stone street beneath her feet. And as her eyes barely catch the person walking right in front of her, a man with familiar features is standing there. A blue-silver Eladrin. Blue skin, silver hair, silver features. Quickly gives way to the warmth of late summer. And you hear a voice that says, "My God. Karis?"
Yes. You?
And the man will open his arms and go in to try to hug you.
Yeah. Hi.
My daughter. Oh, my daughter. It is just wonderful to see you.
Many awkward bat pats ensue.
What are you doing in Yty No'o?
Oh, I'm a lot of things actually. It's just we have so many. I'm on long patrol actually. So that thing.
They had you join the house after everything that happened?
Yeah. I mean, why? Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they? I mean, after everything that happened, I mean, it's not like I was involved, right? And it's not like I mean, and you were gone, so yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad you're here. Do you? This seems late for Yty No'o.
What?
This is late in the patrol. Usually they come here quick.
Let's just say the long patrol did not go as expected. It's been a an experience. I'll say at the very least.
What was there one of the silvers? Did someone mess it up? Is your ship okay?
Yep. Nope.
Oh, okay. Do you want to go sit and listen to the band and talk a little bit more?
And suddenly Karis's character is so much more clear.
Yes, I do want to talk more. Definitely. Let's go and do that.
Great. So, have you ever heard this Fey string band? These unicorns play a lute, and we'll cut, and we will head back over to the Catalina wine mixer, Icicelo, Regua, the wine mixer, where we find a thoroughly encumbered with beer Odyssey.
I am just
Walking with a group of
sloshed
miners.
galosh over here.
Just the most slosh galosh.
So yeah,
That's bad.
I've been spending the Catalina wine mixer getting to know these fine adult miners. And
By trade.
adult miners by trade.
By trade.
And just learning about, their families and the stuff they got to deal with at work. And we're buds now, I think.
That we deal with at work because we're miners.
We're also miners, but we mine at a different mine. We mine at a different mine, so that's different issues. Always
the same.
The other side.
It was the same last night.
and the looser lips, the guy, the guy. Oh my gosh, what the heck name did I give him? Give me 1 second.
I have all their names. I wrote it badly. Fladrin.
It's a good name. It's a great name.
Fladrin.
It's a fantastic name.
Yep. Fladrin. Fladrin. All right, so Fladrin.
We just call him Flad.
Fladius
Maximus. That's what I like to call him. A Fladdy.
Yeah. And so I'll tell you, Sontar and Analyth. Oh, they've been going at each other for the Mithral Company. Sontar got it the first time, and Analyth is mad. But now these ghosts, and Sontar can't handle the ghosts. So
I want to know which one's treating you better, man. Who's got your best interest at heart? Flatty?
Oh,
unionize.
Yeah. Flatty. Yeah, I think Sontar's been good to us. He just, for some reason, this ghost thing, usually if there's problems, we run into worms or whatever, he gets the people in and they take care of it, but this seems to have evaded him. I don't know why.
Yeah, someone was telling me that it happened like right around the time the giants came. Do you think it was them?
Maybe.
Well, anyway, like I was saying earlier, you're gonna freaking love this bass riff, okay? Like, we're gonna get the slosh and galoshes together, and I'm gonna show you what I got, and you're gonna get on the drums, and I'm gonna get on the bass, and it's gonna be freaking awesome.
Yes, I play, actually, let me see here. Lorsten plays a mean lute. I'm telling you, a mean lute. That man can shred on a lute.
Oh, we have got to jam.
Tomorrow. I'll be right over.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Tell me, what's the deal? I know we said we're gonna do this thing with the Feyball. I'm gonna make you guys a killer team, like for sure. Elf ball? What?
Feyball.
I'm gonna make a killer Feyball team. Huge fan.
Feyball, yeah. Yep.
Obviously, huge fan. So what is like? You said everyone's gone. Like, are we gonna get some new players in, or what's the deal?
Well, I mean, I don't
I'm
know.
obviously a very athletic build, but I'm really more of a manager. It's like my better skill set, you know?
Like, I don't know. You're so good with cards. Like, maybe you just get lucky. Like, I don't know.
You think?
And he'll just wrap his hand around your and like thump you on the chest a few times. Oh, Odd, you're funny.
Yeah, man. Don't you worry, man. I'm gonna get you guys those helmets too. I know I told you about those helmets. I'm gonna make sure no more knocks on your noggins. Don't even worry. Those knocks.
Noggin knocks. Lorson, the first song of the Slashing Galoshes. Noggin knocks. And in the middle of this party, this group of miners is just starting. They're in the summer tent, and they're just shouting noggin knocks.
I'm gonna direct the conversation, I think, more towards the other teams. What's the competition like, man? You got to tell me about it.
And he points over into the spring tent, and you look there, and there's all these flowers and everything, and you see a group of druids sitting around on little beanbag chairs in the spring tent, and they're just enjoying the herbal remedies of the spring tent. Maybe some of Guth Swift's famous intoxicant devilweed, also the favorite of Josephine. And he says, "Well, they like to turn into cats and climb the pole to knock to get the bird out of the cage. And they also they grow like these they grow like plants out of the ground.
like devil's lettuce?
No,
anytime.
No, like it's like bramble.
Oh, I seen a guy who could do that one time. He straight up ripped a guy in half. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they can't hurt you. Like they prevent the magic from actually killing you or hurting you, but it's still annoying. Like you still have to walk through like 2-foot high bramble. It shit sucks.
They look super cool. Do you think they'd be friends with us?
No, they are very business. As you can see, they're all in their pregame meditation. They're getting the Feyball is in for 2 more nights.
Hold on, because you know what? This is no Sirahegua, and we're all friends here. And he's gonna pull out a little tin of elf lettuce, and he's gonna roll a little elf lettuce delight.
Prepare a tea bag.
Oh, he's gonna prepare a tea bag. He's gonna start steeping some mystical tea, and he's gonna. I think he has probably some secrets from living in the palace, living wherever he lived in the noble house, not a palace. He wasn't very well liked, so he spent a lot of time in the kitchens with the cooks, and he learned how to make really dank tea.
Just dank.
Yes. Super dank. So he's gonna make a couple of cups, and he's gonna approach maybe a pot. He'll make a pot because I assume there's quite a few people there.
Excuse me, we don't make references to illegal drugs on this channel.
No,
that's still a Schedule 1 narcotic.
A pot of tea.
Oh, okay, got it.
Indeed.
Thank you for clarifying.
Some of those narcotics are actually legal with prescription, so just remember that.
Yes, prescription devilweed. You have a feeling Guth is not growing prescription devilweed. Anyhow,
prescribed
so you do this
is allowed.
And you're gonna try to talk to the druids.
Yeah. He's gonna go over there. He's gonna be like, Listen, what's his name? Flanny. Listen, Flanny. You underestimate your charm.
Fladdy. The tiger is getting a little so heavy.
Listen, Vladimir Putin. You
Pottin. It's the legal devilweed pot. Pottin.
Flad Pottin.
Vladimir Putin is the famous dragon rider. You guys don't know?
Yeah.
Anyway. You're
only rides shirtless on dragons. And
facts.
Photographed through the northern wilderness. Anyways.
You underestimate your charm, man. They are totally gonna love you.
Well.
Then he's just gonna grab you by the hook an elbow in the elbow and just drag you along.
Okay. So wicked. Hooked along. So you'll go over and you'll sit down, and they're all in beanbag chairs. They're kind of sitting like maybe like 6 points around a central thing. How do you approach?
Nasia Rahego, my friends! I just brewed up a fresh pot of tea for our spiritual enjoyment. Can I tempt you?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. As an 8, I am going to use my Twist of Fate to re-roll that for a 19. And Persuasion. Okay. Let's see. So 21.
Okay, so they'll say, welcome. Yes, pour us some tea.
He's gonna do a little flourish and fancy pour.
And Fladrin is sitting there like really, really drunk, like eyes are very glassy, and he's like, I don't think I can take tea right now.
That's all right, man. You just chill. You just be your wonderful self.
Oh, okay. I'll do my best. And the elves will sit there and say, they'll start drinking. Do you also drink the tea?
Yes, I also drink the tea.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
That's gonna go really well. Okay. Aha. 2.
So, these are one of the last few memories you have of the night. You remember you're sitting there on the. You have a few memories left of the night. One is like laying on the lap of one of the druids and like kind of like running your fingers through their hair. As a shower of like, because they're also Eladrin, so like a shower of like flower petals keeps coming down on you, and every time the flowers hit your face, you keep laughing, but you keep doing it over and over.
It's like the maid of a zebra is crying on my face.
The next memory is you go into the winter room and you see a big pile of cheese. And Charlie Kelly eyes, they get big, and you're just like, oh my god, jeez.
Love
and then the next thing you know, you are the next thing is you wake up the next morning.
Did I bring up the Feyball to the other contingency, or no?
You would have limited idea. You'll have to see what Fladrin knows.
Do I remember at least like were we friends by the end? Were they cool? Were we cool?
They were. You definitely remember them being cool with you running your fingers through their hair, so you're at least good with one of them.
Okay, cool. We've got some kind of in. Excellent.
And so we'll return to kind of this cafe. A nice kind of back and forth has really not occurred. It's really just kind of been a stagnant standstill as kind of sitting quietly, sipping a lot of non-intoxicant tea. The dad is just sort of like trying to drink tea through this awkward social situation. So, how's your father? How's your father?
Oh, yeah. Father is fine. You know, he's father, so just kind of doing his own thing mostly.
So, do you dance?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Haven't really stopped since you know.
I remember you used to like it as a kid, and
Me too.
he'll reach into he'll reach into his back pocket, and he will pull out. He says, kind of like a small set of like ballet slippers, and he'll
You
say
just
like,
keep those in your pocket, just all
no,
the
like
time.
in his like sachet or
You
whatever
just keep
his
them with you.
I I I I carried you. This is my only thing that I got before I left.
Okay, but that doesn't make any sense given what happened when you left.
What do you think happened? What did they tell you?
Well, they told me that a lot of people died, and then you basically just poofed out of any potential accountability. So that's what they told me, I guess. And then I never saw you again until just now.
Karis, unfortunately, part of that is true, but it's not the whole truth.
Uh-huh. Well, here I am. I found you. What's up?
And he sort of like, he dissociates for a second, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, all right, here I am. Oh, sorry." So he'll say, my unit. Nope, he's not flattering. My sweet Karis, my unit was on patrol one day when, out of nowhere, we were ambushed by cultists. I was only able to save one of my men, this guy, Theodlis. And he was just this overwhelming brute on the battlefield. And then, Durathil, they try to make everyone an officer, so they're trying to train him as recon. So this is his first time doing recon. And we could have been prepared for that ambush, but I should have been known better than to trust him. And the High Elves, the Durathil, they all know their family, know their history, and Theodlis's family can trace their line back to Durathil themselves. So when the accounts came back of all the casualties in the ambush, I knew what came next. A horrible court-martial, complete farce. They're gonna blame me, or they're gonna blame the head of recon. So I figured I'd lose you and your father either way. Either I get demoted and they send me off to the other side of Vermeret for the rest of my life, or worse, I spend time behind bars, or I escape here. I come here. Either way, I had already lost you and your father. You know we only get one chance in House Durathil. We're not, and going back, you think people would not remember that? I don't know if I could stomach it.
I can. So I'm just supposed to just believe you and everything's great.
Well, I can only tell you what I saw and what I believe. I've seen this happen to other people. If you're not a high elf and you make a mistake in that house,
yeah.
it just So I mean, you understand. And I made the mistake of trusting one of Durathil's own blood.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not wise of me, but certainly that sounds in character for Theodolus. Let's leave it at that, shall we? God.
You know Theodolus?
Oh yes, I know him. He was very involved in my training growing up, and so we were close in a way.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so he was the guy who ended up being in charge of a lot of my dancing training, formal Durathil style. And he was a very unpleasant man to be around. It's one of the reasons that I'm out here, actually. So honestly, it doesn't seem that far-fetched to me.
I can't believe that you can't believe that your father would subject you to him.
You can't? I mean, I guess you probably knew him better than I did, but I don't know. He was always different after you left.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, wow. So yeah, here you are. Cool.
Here I am.
You really didn't contact us in any way for like 20 years. You really didn't even, I don't know, get creative.
How would I?
There's a lot of.
Could you imagine facing that? Facing
I faced
family that. And he'll let you talk.
I faced a lot of scary stuff, so yes, I can a little bit imagine facing that.
Well, for some reason, cultists, the horrors of the far reaches of Vermeret scare me a hell of a lot less than facing Durathil and those people again.
Well, Durathil's pretty scary, so and so is Theodolus. So I guess I understand that.
It's a cocky bastard. And he'll move like as you were like sitting, kind of, or no, you were dancing. So
no, we were sitting.
You were sitting still? Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll be he'll come over and he'll sit kind of on the same side of the table with you, and we'll try to like arm around the shoulder, give you a hug, a side hug sitting next to you.
Look, dude, that's, you know what, I appreciate it. It's a little awkward still, I have to say, so maybe we can just ease into the, familiarity at that level, just one step at a time, but I appreciate it.
I that's fair, I guess. All right, and so kind of breaking away here.
It's a good end of the scene, yeah.
the Aelin is moving along with the group of drinking miners and by trade. And she'll see she picks up on sort of the awards that are being displayed for the different feats over the weekend. You saw that, and then you see Odd and Fladrin make their way off and sit with the druids, and you see Odd behaving strangely throughout the night. while this is all going on, what is the other half of Iliad up to? Our new power couple.
I actually I am suspecting that Oddball got ready with Elin, and maybe they arrived at the same time, maybe they arrived separately, but Oddball probably saw. I'm not sure the others have any idea, but Oddball at least knows that Elin is looking the most feminine they have ever looked at all in the entirety of the tenure any of you have ever been with them in the ships. Elin is leans very androgynous and is always in their military uniform. Hair is always tied up pretty tight, and it's military. We're not here to look fancy and pretty, and it doesn't seem to be their general style. However, for this little mixer, they probably look like they walked out of Elvish weekly models, like top 10, some shite like that. The hair, for those who are aware, her hair is actually very long. It's quite long. It's very curly. So when it's always tied up, you probably only see a few tendrils, but it's quite long and curly. And all the makeup it's almost like that. Don't tell the church, because we shapeshift, as you all know. And so the makeup is making them look very, very feminine. They don't really look like Elin that anybody knows on the daily, and she's not really engaging. I would say I'm walking around and I'm looking at people, and every now and then saying hello to somebody. But Molly, I am looking for people who look like they have a combination of things. Probably got money, so I'm recognizing like their jewels, their clothing, the brands, probably some money. And also people who, I'm not sure what people wear to these kinds of things, but the way they carry themselves usually can reveal like if they're a person who feels like they're above those around them or below. So maybe some insight checks perhaps.
Yeah, so I will have you roll an investigation check at advantage.
And my sheet is frozen. Can somebody tell me what my investigation number is by chance? I'm trying to get to...
Absolutely. Give me 1 second.
I just logged out and I'm trying to join the game session again because it's
your
investigation
is 0.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for you?
I got the dice. I was just trying to do the password again. Yeah, I logged out to see if I could get it to fix itself, but it's not working. I rolled a 13.
Okay, cool. So, you will see an autumn Eladrin who seems to be dressed in a very fine silks that has having a loud discussion with other kind of well-dressed people, and he's wearing he has on his lapel a pin with an arc, kind of like a crescent moon, that is made of like a dark green gemstone, and you recognize this as being associated with the mining company. So you see him. You will see and you will see another person, another elf who is very much in the summer element, dressed in very fine kind of draped clothing, and seems to be kind of carrying themselves very high. And they're wearing the religious markings of the elven god Jahan, who is the patron god of this area. And
that's the crafter, correct?
Yep, of metalworking and crafting. And then you'll see another person who is wearing, who is well dressed, but is wearing the mark of the guard, of the Mithral guard. Who is well dressed and having a quiet conversation in a corner with with people. Well, you were not with Karis and Kendall, so there seems to be other members of the Mithral Watch.
And I'm also, if they happen to show their face, if Irbalar's face shows up somewhere, I'm clocking that too.
Okay, make another investigation check.
Sure. Yeah, that one's a 19.
Okay, you will kind of, if you ask around, like if you listen around, people will be saying like, there was that high elf walking around with the giants. What's going on with that? Like, so you'll hear gossip about that, and it's like, did they leave? Yeah, they left. I mean, there's giants out in the streets, but I think the giants and that elf have left. Do you see that high elf sitting with Fall Red? Oh my gosh, how handsome they are together.
I wonder who that could be.
Odyssey is sitting there like,
cool.
Kendall.
I know that guy.
And I looked over like
Pulling flowers down on himself.
You see
Ooh,
that
you're
beautiful
handsome.
man? I know.
I'm over there like, wait a minute. Is that Kenny? Is that Kendall? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so what I think I'll do is I've clocked the rumors about the high elves walking around with the giants, and they seemingly all that you're saying they're saying the giants and that high elf left together, or just the high elf left, to make sure I'm understanding grammatical. Okay. All right. I'm going to go and float around the summer Eladrin, finely draped in clothing with the religious symbols of Jahan. I will have like the Nosihara Wegwa Pain, a drink of white grape and alcoholism, and I will have a little flute of 2 of them. And as I walk by our summer Eladrin friend, I'm going to clock back one of them, but accidentally bump into them with the other hand. Like, oh! I'm so sorry.
You, please think nothing of it. You don't look familiar. I haven't seen you at the temple.
No, I am actually visiting for Nosihara Wegwa. I've heard so much about it, and I just couldn't get enough of partying in my life, really. I just love to see the different traditions of the places around, don't you? This temple, are you talking about that? Is that where another party is?
No, I'm sorry.
Are they going to do like a bit of a rite?
This is much more of for us, for the faithful of Jahan. Nosio Rehigwa is a very serious celebration of the art of metallurgy and the art of mithril smithing, as I'm sure you've seen around the city.
Oh, I'm quite a fan, especially of the craft work. I'm a crafter myself, which is kind of what led me to want to explore this particular area. But no, so you're saying there's no rites for Jahan, I think is the god that I heard about. There's no rites or anything that is part of this particular festival. It's they're separate, you're saying.
Jahan, the festival and the craftsmen that Jahan represents take great inspiration from Nosio Rehegwa. And you saw the beautiful instruments of war in the display case over there, yes?
Oh, they're lovely.
Aren't they?
Is this work from your ancestors? Did you do them?
No, this is work from our finest contemporary smiths.
Oh, wow. I heard that everything in that case, they're like what is it, like a prize?
Yeah. For the strongest team of fighters in the land.
Oh, wow. Are you one of the fighters?
No. But we do have a group. We do have a contestant representing John.
Oh, really? Are you sure it's not you? You look so finely built. You must exercise.
Oh, well, you're very kind. Of course, practicing Jahan, practicing the faith. We all have to work the metal. However, No, it will not be me. I'm an artisan. I'm a leader of artisans. I am not a warrior.
Oh, but a leader, that would explain your stature. It's very strong, it's bold. I drink mine, but I have an extra one of these here if you'd like to take a seat and tell me all about this Jahan and leadership and everything.
Okay. So he will take the cup, sit down, and not drink it, and he will earbeat you about the faith of Jahan and metallurgy and how beautiful it is, the beauty of craftsmanship and seeing from
Yes.
fire emerges beauty.
Absolutely. I would love to see you work with your hands, really.
I feel like I'm role-playing Karis's dad again.
Flabbergasted.
I broke the GM. I'm sorry.
He says, "You're quite forward."
Well, I'm a crafter. You can't approach any project weekly now, can you?
No, in fact you can't. You have to approach with a purpose.
You have to approach every
And
single day.
My dear, what, pray tell, is your purpose in being here other than Nosio Rohegwa?
Well, I heard there's some traditions out here that I've never seen before. So I would say my purpose is to learn, is to probably better my craft, see how well maybe I can work my hands, maybe impress you a little bit, no? And then maybe watch this whole Feyball tournament everyone's been talking about. I do like a good game of balls.
Yes, I find the work of the wizard team to be truly wonderful. The way they coat the arena in ice, the way they float up into the air and push themselves along with 10-foot poles. It's really a wonderful strategy.
It does sound quite lovely, like a little bit of a winter wonderland. No,
it's
I
truly
do like
incredible, and they all get blue and silver. It's beautiful.
Oh,
And they sweep
I like
the
a
tournament.
good
They're my
chill
favorite.
strategy. They're your favorite. Oh, I get it. You like a little bit of a cold tingle, don't you?
It is quite pleasing. The Smiths often run hot.
It really can be. Foraging with a cold tactics. You burn and then you dip into the cold waters. It's can be quite scintillating. I can't deny, though, it's not a bad idea to try out warming things up either, though.
Mm-hmm. That would be an interesting strategy in Feyball. I'm not sure how the Fey would take to you burning their woods.
I don't know. Is there a way that I can test warming up somebody's wood?
Oh my God.
Fuck.
I've broken the GM.
I'm not sure what you're going for. Are you propositioning
well,
me?
You just said that you weren't. Oh, is that on the label?
No, it is not. The faithful of John are celibate.
Then no, I'm not propositioning you. But thank you for asking.
Clarity is a wonderful thing, both in smithsmanship and in communication.
Absolutely. And getting, that clarity also leads to consent, and I'm a big fan.
You're a wonderful person. What is your name?
Oh, my name is, I don't know the language out here, but I would have picked a name that is from Oddball and Karis's native language. I don't know names for that language, so we'll pretend that I know what it would have been, and I picked a name from that language.
I got one for you.
Okay.
We're going to do Halema. H-A-L-A-E-M-A. Halema.
I will say that name.
Very nice to meet you, Halema. Are you thinking of
Thank you.
competing in the
It's very
Feyball tournament? I hear there was
I think
an
I am
opening.
now. You've got me intrigued with all these different strategies. I am quite excited, actually. Maybe I will.
I wish you the best.
Thank you so much. Truly. Don't let me keep you too long now, no.
Okay. And he will say good night then. And he will
Have
walk
a
away.
wonderful, blessed night. And I will say the greeting, the specialty. No se harawega, blah, 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 blah.
No se rehegua pora.
Para. There you go.
And so
Poor celibate
Then I
man.
will disappear into the shadows of the ballroom.
quickly, we will return to Karis and Dad, who are now. Dad is just sitting kind of quietly with his arms at his side. So,
So yeah, I mean, how are things, yeah, going with you and stuff?
good. I'm gonna fight in the gladiatorial games tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You do that a lot?
Every time Nocio Rehegua comes around. Every
do?
turn of the wheel. Yeah.
How do you fight? Oh, wait! I don't care. Hold on. I have a question for you.
Yes.
It might be a little bit embarrassing.
All of this is embarrassing.
Okay, yes, true. So, well, now I'm embarrassed to say anything. No, hold on.
Well, just say it.
Okay. Sometimes, I've just been having these weird episodes recently, and I was wondering, I don't know, they just have Fae vibes. So I was wondering if you knew anything about them. I'll get into this zone and my behavior will change a lot. I'll run around quickly, interactively, and there's some sort of power helping me jump around and do other sort of combat-like things. And they all kind of share a vibe, like a feline vibe, we'll say. So yeah, any ideas on that one?
Well, there was some lycanthropy on my side a few generations back, but they're only related to us legally. There was
legally like Eladrin law or Fey law, because
Eladrin law, yeah.
Oh, all right, yeah, okay.
Here on the island. You know, I think, you know, our family does get, you know, every Eladrin tangles differently with the Feywild. And I see you only get an occasional leaf through your hair. I've seen only a few as we've sat here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to not manifesting too visibly, I guess.
So maybe that's your way of connecting with the Feywild.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe because for me, I can draw some magic from there. Well, a significant amount of magic from there.
What kind of magic?
How is someone paying you for some inside advice for the fights tomorrow? Are you betting?
I'm not betting. I mean, I can't promise that for my long patrol mates, but I'm certainly not.
If I would be happy to talk to you all about my magic after the fights tomorrow.
That's dumb. You should tell me now.
I
You
know.
owe me that much at least.
Well, we've reached quite an impasse.
Alright. Whatever. Well, I guess I should probably go then.
I'd like to catch up with you again before you go. How long are you in port?
Not sure, but yeah. I mean, we can talk some more before I go, if you want.
Where are you staying?
We're staying at the Flax and Flame.
Oh,
that
it's
came
a
really
new
fast to
place.
my brain. I was like, oh god, how am I gonna remember the name of the tavern? Like that. That's how you know you
Wicked.
named a good tavern.
We love it. We love the Flax and Flame. So he'll say, I'll catch up with you after the gladiatorial games. I hope I'll see you in the crowd.
All right. Cool. Well. Yeah. Well, goodbye anyway.
Alright, and returning to Elon, so as you have moved around the party, you spend some time talking with a religious leader. His name is Mariel. Mariel. Meriel.
Alright.
And so you still have the mining company official and the town guard person that you've identified.
Alright. And as a check, is there any form of gambling going on in here?
No.
Right. I would like to go to the Autumn Eladrin with the Crescent Moon Pin Mining Company.
Okay, and so you'll see kind of coming around and oh Terathil, oh, you're too much. Oh, Madam High Elf, how you doing tonight?
It's talking to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure there's another high elf next to me.
No, he turns.
Oh, hello! How
welcome to Adorablue, and happy no se rehego pora.
No se rehego pora to you too. Yeah. You mind if I join you? You seem like you're having just such a lovely time.
Oh no, please come have a seat.
Oh,
the
wonderful.
mining company is covering drinks for the night, so please enjoy.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Aren't you just so charitable? Really giving away free libations.
Well, you pay for it at the door. I mean, 50 gold pieces. But you know, the fine wine that we're able to bring in is truly unique.
What makes it so unique?
The tannins.
The tannins. Oh, is it all right? You can't just say it like that. Is it the way they work the grapes or something?
Yes, it is worked by only the finest of artisans from Estepena itself.
Oh, so all right, they've just got special techniques for handling a grape.
They're truly the most prodigious grape handlers.
Is this the entire episode?
In Vermeret.
In Remoret, all right. Is this like exclusive? Nobody else can get this anywhere else.
This is an exclusive vintage that they do make for us for Nocio Rehegua, yes.
Wow. Is it? Can I buy bottles of this? Can I take some home?
No. It's for the party and then for the mining company officials after. I know Anleth has his name on a number of bottles, and I need to take something home to my wife. She barely has any time with me with how busy I am down the mines.
Well, come now. Am I going to take home? You got to take something home too.
Great memories. Or one of those miners I saw you walk in with. It seems like they've been busy.
Oh, you think they'd be interested? I've heard that most of them are feeling a little too tired, though. Something about hard days at the mines. Don't want to, work them any more than they have.
I think that I treat the miners well.
Well, yeah, I think I'd treat them well too. But sometimes, people need a little rest from all the exercise.
Right, and that's why Anlith has sent them home early.
That name is so familiar. I swear I heard somebody saying, "Is that the one that's in charge of the mines?" Or maybe, maybe they just work them. It could be
No. You're thinking about me.
Oh, am I?
Tire. I run the mines. Anlith.
Wow.
Maybe here. Let's see how.
I'm gonna clock an insight check on that. How was the reaction to the missed leadership?
No, heck that guy.
So I clocked that insight check correctly. Yes. All right. Anybody that's watching, roll your insight checks.
He's not hiding it well. He's just you can tell.
I can. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can tell that he immediately not a fan. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I thought that could have been just a minor.
No, he's a major minor.
You're a major minor. Yes.
Yes, I've been with the Mithral Company for most of my life.
Oh, well, is this a problem that's normal out here? I heard some gentlemen in a bar the other night talking about ghosts.
No, I've never. We've had, worms and, we've stumbled across other things and we've been able to deal with them fairly quickly. I couldn't come up with a solution, so Anlith found these giants, so we had to go with him.
Oh, I mean, that must really be annoying, honestly, Anlith just getting in your business like that.
Well, it's no secret. Much of what should stay behind closed doors doesn't here, unfortunately.
Oh, really? Are you saying that Anlith was getting up in your business now?
Make a persuasion check.
All right. Let's see what persuasion is. It's a +4. Ooh, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. +4.
He looks at you, and he sizes you up for a second.
Perks the boobs. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
And he says, yeah, it's, we were both up for head of the Mithral Company. And,
only one of you got head, though, so.
Only one of us could get the leadership role.
Yeah, it's not as great when only one gets the head.
There is only one head. There can only be one leader.
I mean, sometimes there could be more than one head. If you got the right people.
Have you ever heard of a camel? They have them in Vermeret, far to the north.
Not sure.
You know what a horse is?
Yeah.
So, horses move quickly, camels move slowly, and they say a horse designed by committee resembles a very slow, lumpy horse.
Oh, I see.
And so, best not dilute the committee with extra voices. Especially Anlith.
Are you saying Anlith is a hardy stallion, aren't you?
Sure.
Meanwhile, in the background, somebody's screaming with the slush and galoshes.
I don't remember what our song was about. It's probably about cheese.
It is about cheese.
Gouda
It's
and
probably about
cheddar.
turtles.
There's nothing
Don't forget
better.
Josephine. No, you got to sing about Josephine.
Josephine.
It sounds like that one song. Yeah. Please don't take my
So,
man because
any other inquiries for Santar? This year, kind of moving through the night.
No, I think I've clocked some things there, but I'm going to pick around first. Don't want to dig too deep in.
All right. So as you're
I'll sit there and hang out for a little bit.
Okay, so as you sit, you know he'll tell stories about old times when things how they came across a purple worm and he led a team in to kill this big purple worm, and he told this big heroic story about how he was riding a mine cart and he was only able to stop the purple worm because he had a pole that he could just touch say a magical word and it would just stay still in space. It becomes immovable, and the worm was going so fast it just split itself in half on the pole, and he really knew how to work the pole, is what he said basically.
Oh,
And he'll spend
yes,
a long time talking about that.
I love a tradesman that knows how to work a pole.
And so that the tents will start to empty out, and you see Flatty and Oddie heading back towards the kind of Flatty is looking around and is like, oh, I guess we gotta get you back. Oh, I guess we gotta get you back to the Flax and Flame. Was that where he was?
But my beautiful haired friend.
They'll be there tomorrow.
I'll see you soon, my flaxen-haired love.
And so the party is starting to clear out. It's getting to be midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And as kind of like closing time, what would you like to do?
Closing time.
I was almost like turn all of the lights off over.
Yes. Hashtag Iliad. We do this all the time. Come to our musical. We'll write that in 16 seconds.
It's not called a ballad for nothing.
All right. So people will filter out. Suntar will get up and will kind of nod briskly at another Eladrin that's across the party, kind of like in a type way, and then we'll move back through the streets of the city. And you're kind of there in the tents as they're clearing out. Sorry, what did you say?
I said, depending on timeline wise, I'm going to eventually meet up with Oddball, I'm assuming.
Okay. So you'll see Flad trying to kind of walk this heavily intoxicated Odyssey back to the Flax and Flame.
Oh my god, Aelin, I did so much spy work. You would be so proud of me. I learned something great.
I look around real quick, like, oh god, who's next to us? Okay. Oh, right. If there's not a lot of people around us, I'll be like, all right, so give me your reports then, soldier.
All right.
Wow.
I will loop my arm into Oddball's arm as though we look like a couple that just came out of the mixer. Like, yes,
some co-conspirating hooligans.
Yeah, just escorting me down the street. You know, we just like. We meant to be here.
All right. I will be right back, but please continue.
So I learned all about my new friends and their family. You know, they really don't treat the miners very well.
Who doesn't?
The leader guy. I'm telling them. I kept telling Flatty, they need to unionize, man. They don't even have health benefits.
Or you saying Anlith doesn't treat them right?
Yeah, he was saying that other guy that used to run the mines was way better.
Sundrith. Yeah, I talked to that person.
Yeah?
Sundrith does not like Anlith at all.
Oh, really? That makes sense. I mean, he took his job, right?
Yeah, I guess they're competing. Is that what the miners told you, that they seem to not get along, or did you get that vibe?
I don't know. I just got the vibe that one of them was definitely better than the other one.
Interesting. So Sundrith is what I liked, but Sundrith was telling me that he wasn't able to find a solution, and apparently Anlith was. They came up with these giants, right? I feel like Anlith created the problem to be able to solve it. Does that make sense?
That's what I'm saying, man. Because there didn't used to be ghosts, and then there was ghosts.
Exactly. They said for 30 years they came across worms or something. I heard the whole story about how good Sundrith can handle a pole. Let me tell you, but it's never a ghost. I think that Anna did a thing that was very.
I think Yty seems like a nasty boy, a dirty scoundrel.
I'm getting the vibe. It's a bad boy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you learn anything about any of our competition?
I did actually about. I'm not sure. I think they might be druids, and no, it was wizards. That's what it was. It was wizards, and they like to. I guess the best way I could put it is make the terrain of the fields difficult. If they turn it to ice. And they like their silvers and their metals and things like that, but it's like ice skating. I still have yet to actually see Feyball, but I'm assuming it's not easy to move around in an icy field.
What about you? I met some guys. They got magic plant powers. And they turn into cats, and they have the power of beautiful hair.
What do they do to the plants?
Well, they make brambles, but they cannot rip a guy in half, so don't worry.
Brambles, like where? On the body?
What brambles? Like on the ground. What do you mean where?
I don't know how plant powers work.
Brambles! You ever had you can go bramble patch picking when you were a kid?
I don't know. You just introduced me to a drug dealer today, Audrey. I don't know if that is like some other word for devilweed.
No. Just like normal brambles.
I don't garden.
I mean, they're magic. They're not normal. But
Question for you. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask a question for you, Audible. I'm not sure I've ever come across this, but I did notice that you know how sometimes you look a little different, like you change your seasons, I guess? Changing of the leaves?
Yeah, sometimes. It's like an Eladrin thing.
Does it matter if they're like a certain season? The two I met today, for example, one was summer, I think. They were very summery, and the other one felt very autumn. Is that important for any reason?
It's a good question. I think it really depends on the elf. It's like some elves be changing their seasons all over the place, every day, a roller coaster of seasons. It's like a fall, summer bonanza. But then some Eladrins like to have the same season for their whole lives. So
they may never change.
Yeah. Sometimes it's emotions. Sometimes it's if you're really going through something. Really depends. Personal to the elf, So
if one of them, let's take Sundrith. Sundrith is he was like a summery.
Suntar.
The naughty boy. Yeah.
Well, no, Suntar's the good one. He's
Sunlight.
Anyway.
The darling daddy.
Daddy, and then the zaddy. All right, you got two different kinds. So the daddy, he's got a wife. He might have kids. That one was like summer. And then I'm not sure what Anlith is. Do you know?
I don't know. Do I know? I don't know. But it's summer could be one or two things. I'm summer a lot of the time. It's where I got all these cool, happy summer colors from. But it's sometimes it's about being happy and free and putting your feet in the grass. And sometimes it's about the burning sun and the fury of destroying a million crops and drought. So it's really hard to say.
And so you'll have this discussion on Fey ancestry and Eladrin story through the night. You'll get back to
Philosophy of seasonality.
to the bar room,
Yes.
and you'll see the barman picking up Theodomar, just kind of looking at you and seeing the both of you again, and he's like, he just watches you go by. It's like praying that you don't start talking about cheese.
I feel like we're pretty engrossed in this conversation. You're
And
sweet.
We're
so-
super engrossed. So like if you
So
were feeling
you-
particularly naughty, would you
Has
change
to do-
season suddenly?
Sometimes, if you count the leaves in their hair,
Yeah.
So you make your way up to your room, and y'all will settle in for the night. You
We're having
find
a sleepover in our assigned room, talking about the philosophy of the season.
I feel like all the meanwhile, I'm also pulling leaves out of my hair and sticking them in your hair.
Wicked.
But my hair is so long right now.
Gonna make you
so
an
I can
Eladrin.
actually, you know.
Someday
I
I'll
want you to feel
make an
included.
Eladrin out of you.
Out of you, exactly. You know, I just want you to feel included in the Nasia Rehegwa celebration.
All right. So let's go on our break here, and we'll pick up in about 10 minutes.
See
And
you
we'll
in 5
finish strong.
seconds.
That's what it's like to be a slosh and galosh.
Slosh and galoshes, we stick together through every
We
puddle.
call the fandom is the fandom sloshes. Is that what we call the fans?
Big
Our
slosh,
slosh.
big slosh energy.
I
Big
like
slush
puddles.
energy.
Where are my
Puddles.
puddles at?
Where are my puddles? Is it pottles? Since
My puddles.
My pottles.
So
Call my
as
pottles.
as you wake up the next day, Odyssey, your memory is slightly coming back to you of the night before, but still just
Do
those
I-
little bits and pieces.
Do I remember that beautiful Eladrin's name?
No. So you will you wake up, you might make your, I don't know if y'all will eat at the Flax and Flame, go down for breakfast, but otherwise, you do your morning rituals, you get up from trance, and the well-appointed trancing rooms are good for you, and the day is yours. It's bright and early in the morning. What would you like to do?
I think I'm just gonna wake up. Probably doesn't feel super good. Really groggy. Have a bacon sandwich, maybe. Ask my friends if they want
It's
bacon
not
sandwiches.
bacon, it's fakin.
You guys want a bacon
F-A-E-C-O-N.
sandwich?
I love
Paris
it.
is,
I love it. I wake up in the morning and my hair's tied up and everything. Only Oddball got to experience apparently the other side of Elon. But yes, I was like,
And Kendall will say, yes,
Like a beautiful
this is a great use of the Fey meat. I very much, this is good, yes.
So, yeah, Karis is even more brooding than normal, which you are able to tell the difference because you've been together for so long.
Having spent mornings with Karis, does Karis have a morning drink of choice? Like, are you a coffee or a cocoa or a tea type of lady?
Karis probably does caffeine.
Caffeine, like the hard stuff, like black coffee.
I mean, making coffee black doesn't make it more of a drug.
I don't know. Some people are,
if Oddball makes it.
yeah. Odd has his coffee. When Odd enjoys coffee, he has it with water, milk, and sugar. Okay, so Odd's gonna make a steaming cup of dirt water, as black and tarry as he can make it, and just like slide it across the table at Karis from a distance.
Cool.
So I made friends with these miner guys that we're taking our Feyball team over for.
Well, what?
And I gotta tell you, they've got a real plight down in those mines. I think we should maybe help them out.
Help them out?
Yes, I agree with this.
What?
Yeah, they have a ghost problem going on right now. Absolutely terrorizing these guys.
Right, we did hear about the ghosts. You know, we had an encounter with a ghost yesterday, didn't we? Kendall.
Yeah, actually.
Yes,
dealt
we
with
did, yes. The Banshee. Yes, in the Smithy district.
I wonder if is that normal? They got a lot of banshees around here, or you think that's tied to the ghost occurrence?
This was a very strange ghost. I have never seen anything like it.
Why? Wait, it's strange.
It did not feel. It felt different. The magic felt different. Whatever was holding it in place, it was different than anything I've ever seen.
Okay, all right. That maybe goes along with our theory, Audie, that maybe something nefarious was done to kind of get these things here. All right.
Yeah. Odd will look around, kind of paranoid, and be like, Elin and I have a theory that Sontar. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Anna planted the ghosts.
Like,
this is a theory.
the like druids.
With druids? Is that how it works?
What did you say?
Like
With
they
druids.
like druids. They planted the
like
ghosts.
they planted them? No, absolutely not.
This is not how the undead work.
What?
Our
I think
resident
you need to drink
undead
more of
speaker.
that black tar there, Kara. So it's just start guzzling a little bit more of it, wake you up a little bit.
Sure.
But he got his job snatched right out from under him from the new mine guy, Sontar.
Well, not quite. He's making a play for the position. That's even more.
Okay, it's all a little fuzzy. I had a lot of fate.
It's all right. But it's that's the key. Is he's making the play for it.
Did you
to win over the position? You know?
Did you get a timeline from them about that?
It kind of. When I talked to Suntar, he'd been with the company for like years. I'm talking more than 10, all right? And this has never occurred. They never come across like ghosts or anything. It's been like worms and the like. Literally, it feels like maybe the last year or so, maybe like that, like something around there. These ghosts just appear, and they couldn't figure out a way to like handle it. So that could be what like Kendall is saying. There's something odd about these ghosts. Like maybe people do know how to like normally handle it, but they couldn't because it's different. Like something's keeping them here. Like Kendall was saying, you know, so they couldn't figure out how to handle it. But Anlith comes in, and Anlith has the giants. They make an alliance with the giants because giants are able to handle it suddenly somehow, you know. But it could be like if there's like an item, like the giants are using some kind of item that's anchoring them here, for example. I have no idea how magic works. This is a conjecture.
No, I think you're onto something. It's like Anlith planted these ghosts here just so he could bring the giants in and get goodwill.
Eh?
What a naughty boy.
You're doing so good, Audie. You're such a good spy.
Can we rewind a bit? So you were saying you wanted to take the Feyball place for the miners?
Oh yeah, I signed us up for a sports team, guys.
I was there.
So we are not sports players.
Well,
it's not as difficult as you think it might be. Actually, it's strategy. It's literally a mind game and abilities, like skills. It's not necessarily only physical. Yeah, it's not only physical.
Got some really good intel on some of the other teams, so we can prepare.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, Odie is a good spy.
And they don't know anything about us, so we are a wild card.
But we do not know anything about us.
Well,
I know a lot about all of you.
Where are we going? What are we doing?
Well, separate of the Feyball thing, I just think we should help these guys out. We might learn something too, but also, they're really cool guys. And they don't deserve to be getting hit in the head with rocks all the time from ghosts.
I think, Kendall, it'll go a long way for us in our goals of, getting the Mithral Elves on our sides. If there is a...
I think that this is a good idea.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we should investigate.
I look at the coffee cup next to Karis just to see if they've taken a sip yet or not.
Gauge the level of coffee.
Gauge it. And we'll scoot it just a little bit closer.
Put a straw in.
Like Oddball just has suddenly a straw.
I just said we should.
We didn't say anything.
I know, out of character.
I know. We're just teasing. We are teasing Bubbles, our resident coffee drinker.
Oh, good. Okay.
So you'll finish off your coffee, you'll finish off your bacon sandwiches, and make your way through the streets of Utavra.
Did you change Josephine's water?
Yeah, no, I just keep Josephine with me. She's here.
Wonderful.
Because don't forget, you gotta change her water. You gotta change it daily.
Oh, I change it twice a day. Don't you worry about Josephine.
And
you got me really into turtle care, Oddball. Okay,
I'm glad you're invested. I'm
invested. There
was
a whole
low key. I'm sorry, just low key. Also going to be like on the prowl for maybe a pet that he could purchase for Elon, a companion for Josephine, and a pet for Elon.
That's like Elon's new interest is suddenly turtles. We spent like so much time. We went to a shady drug dealer with elfin lettuce. Right?
Take my turtle care very seriously.
This is side plot.
So
as you arrive to you walk through the main gates once again, and you will make your way up through the forests that have the seasons rippling through them. Interestingly named the Four Seasons Wood. So you make your way through the Four Seasons Wood, and you're following a fairly well-beaten path. And you'll start seeing like evidence of a oh my gosh, I swear to goodness, I just saw something move down Scarlett's backdrop. I swear I just saw something go like
It could be a moth. It's probably a moth.
So
tis the season.
The first thing that you'll see as you get there, the first signs of the mine are the kind of you'll see in the distance. There will come a clearing along the path, and you'll see a mountain kind of with a large hole done in the side of it. And as you're making your way up, the first infrastructure will be kind of like a gate, and you're there during the day, and you'll see a giantling sentry at the gate.
Before we get there, hey, do we have a cover for this? Do we have a story for why we're up here? Why they're gonna let us in? Are we gonna sneak around?
So,
what's the plan
so
here?
First off, we got to do recon first, right? So don't forget, today's the day of the gladiatorial games, right? I don't know what they're going to leave at the mines while the entirety of the rest of the island is watching these games. So we need to do some recon first and see what or who is even out there in front of the mines. So I think we start there, and then we can figure out what's next steps. Because it might be open. I don't know.
Well, maybe the giants probably don't know every miner that works here.
Well, and key thing, I'm not sure how this plays out, but I overheard last night that the giants left with a very high elf who I think I might know the identity of. I'm not sure, but if that what I overheard is true,
we know
not
who
be
it
any
is.
giants there.
Yes,
yeah. Okay. All right, I'm not saying the name out loud because sometimes when you say names, it invokes some. We know what we're thinking. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So if it's true what I overheard, then there might not be any giants there right now at all. I don't know what they meant by they left. So The
Wait,
recon is the
out of
first step.
game. Can we not see a giant guarding the?
Well, this is maybe
This is
happening a
the
little bit earlier.
Oh, okay. So
Right beforehand.
if we're getting the opportunity to do a pre-meetup, can I involve my good friend Flanny?
That's up to the GM.
How?
Just in like the planning, like can I ask him for some gear or back entrance instructions or whatever?
I will say there's a gate on the main road, and there is, the woods kind of abridge it, and there are, if you look for a while, he's not willing to go with you, but if you look for a while, there's like places where they don't even have walls around the mining thing. It just kind of comes right up against the Four Seasons wood.
Doesn't it doesn't Flanny think that Flatty think that you're miners? That you work there?
It's a funny story.
They work at different mines. They work at different mines.
Okay, wait. Then why are they letting us represent them in Feyball?
Because we're buds.
Because they were drunk.
A lot of really good rolls.
Both meetings.
Okay, all right.
They were drunk enough at
Forged
both meetings.
an iron friendship.
Actually, a cheesy friendship is actually
Forged
closer
a
to the
cheesy
truth.
friendship. It's like a really hard cheese, not like a melted
It
one.
was forged in cheese, Pecorino Romano.
They worship Jahan. All right, if you can forge, you're good. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Cool.
We all know.
So
Not as a renowned smithy.
They'll have described a number of different things, and if you walk through the woods, you will probably be able to find an entranceway given enough time or a high enough roll.
I just want to say, out of character, Scarlet. One thing that you might be able to borrow from your friends, which could help us in this journey, would be a helmet, because
they don't have helmets. That's the problem.
Oh,
that's the problem.
That's the thing, huh? Only okay. Never mind. I was gonna be like, what if it's like a branded helmet, and it could be like, we work here.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, is there like a gear? Do they have safety vests or something? Elvish reflective vests.
Sure, you will be able to scrabble together mining attire.
Okay. Right. We'll use my disguise kit, the
Perfect.
canonical thing that I have.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think at this point we can probably move forward and be sneaking in through the woods.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, make an investigation check. However you want to do it. Kendall will give guidance.
Who's good at investigation?
I actually might be.
Kendall?
I think that's one of my skills. Weirdly, yeah, I'm okay. I've got a +4.
So Odd, you should do it with.
If someone else wants to, I can assist.
You should do it with Kendall's guidance, and I'll try to.
What do I get? A D4? An extra
D4. You get a D4.
Ooh, it's not great. I'm gonna re-roll that. It's much better. Okay, and then D4. Okay, so dirty 20.
All right, so within about 5 minutes of getting there, you're able to figure out a way through, and you peek through this kind of gap in the woods, and you see a small amount, a small giant contingent. Low. A not sizable giant. There are numerous. A few giants. A non-numerous amount of giants. Kind of milling about the camp, but you're able to get a sense of where they are. And you see the main entryway to the mine down there, and the giants don't seem to be up to much. They seem to just sort of be keeping an eye on things, and you don't see them like down fighting or
Molly.
What?
Let me give your larynx a hug.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Oh. It sounds like it hurts.
Oh.
So I guess we should go look in the mines and try to find a ghost. Does that sound good?
Yeah, let's get in there.
Okay. Kendall, stay quiet, but be ready to protect us from ghosts.
I love caves.
Yes, I will do
I said stay quiet, Kendall.
No.
I'm trying to help you, Molly. I'm trying to set you up for success here.
No. No, the audience needs to know how I suffer and how their ears suffer for our work. All right, so you're gonna sneak. You're gonna try to sneak from building to building and make your way to the main entrance.
Yeah.
I am just gonna note that I do have my curse up too right now.
What does that mean?
Not important in this moment. I can choose for it to be visible or not, so it doesn't actually mean
you're
anything.
Showing the.
No, I'm not showing it, but I can turn it off or on. So I just want it to be noted that it's on right now. So that means I have disadvantage on attack rolls.
You're not suppressed.
And yeah, it's out. It's out and proud.
Okay.
Cool. So Kendall seems to be having trouble moving in a quiet way. Let's see with the rest of you. Stealth checks.
Is it stealth rolls?
I'm not doing so great myself.
Ooh.
19.
12.
6.
Ooh.
Okay, Elin will continue on to the shadows.
Excellent. Bye, Elin.
Well, these giants really are not paying attention.
Good. Not very good at
they seem to be. You walk up on. You walk. You're not really watching where you're going. Kendall's leading the group. And you end up just walking right up on a porch where a giant is sitting back and sleeping, and you just didn't hear this big snore, but this giant is literally gonna sleep as you walk right up onto him. And Odd does everything. Or wait, who got the lowest? It was Odd, right?
No, it was Karis.
Oh, Karis. You do everything. You kind of have you're reading a book with your head down, and you're sort of right? And so you're reading a book with your head down and you sort of do everything but absolutely kick this giant. And he just is
I am flailing
yes!
But otherwise you make it to the entryway of the mine unfettered. And nice. you see a set of tracks, kind of railroad tracks leading in. Or minecart tracks leading into the mine.
Do we have dark vision? Do elves have dark vision? I don't remember we do. Okay, cool. Do you, Elon, do you have elves? Okay, cool. Just checking. Okay, cool. So we can see into the mine?
Yep, you can see about you as you're standing kind of on the edge. If you were to slip in quickly, I can get you onto the map here.
Oh, do you want me to show the map? Is it time?
It's time.
Do this.
It is time.
Oh no, we don't have a dog. I'm working on it. Okay, we're good. Leave that in.
So,
Doggo down.
Cool. Okay. So as you sort of make your way down, you're starting to follow this run of tracks in front of you, and you see glowing with this kind of green haze, these fully packed crates of Mithral, and you look to your right as you're moving as you walk forward, and you see a kind of a stash of mine carts that seem to be fully loaded. And you are just sort of looking into this dark mine. It twists off to the left in front of you.
Okay.
Did your friend tell you anything about the layout down here?
I would hope they did. Did they? Flatty? Good old Flatty?
Y'all gotta understand the reason Fladrin is so funny is because it's just Eladrin, but you change the E to an F. It's one more in the alphabet.
Trade secrets, Adora.
Vladimir Vladimir Putin is their own person, all right?
And so as you start to arrive to this kind of fork, I need let's see. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw as a pile of stones flies up and at you.
Wow, it's ghosts, I guess. Are you ready for results?
What are we rolling?
Dexterity save.
Dexterity save. All right.
My results is 23.
It's a natural 20.
Okay.
That's good. That's
Dexterity
good.
save 23. 23.
Ah.
5 for odd.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So I think Odd and Kendall don't save.
Unsurprising, honestly.
And so on the beginning of, unlike the end of episode 4, I'm going to say this and actually follow through with it. We're going to start next session on initiative as these stones fly out at you, and you see materializing in front of you 3 twisting purple shapes with this horrifying streams of white essence pouring out of their head, and this featureless mask screaming out at you.
We really did make
And
a
that's
decision.
where-
You know, we really did decide to just show up where they said they were like scary ghosts and just kind of like walk in.
We knew.
And so this will be, it looks similar to what you had and what you saw in the basement, but you see Kendall doesn't seem as taken aback as he was with
That's good.
the stuff
It's
in
a
the
great
basement.
sign.
So we will pick up there next time because we do not have time for this combat encounter.
Okay.
But yeah, so thank you so much for another wonderful episode. My wonderful castmates, we thank you so much. You all are so wonderful.
You're
Thank
so
you so much.
wonderful.
Thank you so much, audience, for sticking with us 11 episodes.
Thanks, Molly.
We're so happy that you're here with us. If you have any ideas about how Karis should handle her dad situation, please leave it in the comments below. Make sure you make sure you subscribe to the Transverse, make sure you Twitch Prime, make sure you do all the things, follow us on Patreon and tweet at us on Facebook. We love you so much. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
You stop talking. Your voice hurts. See you later.